One of my favorite songs of all time has to be Thriller. Well, there is a fragrance called Thriller, which I did promise to review for you guys here on the channel. Promises made, promises kept. I'm super excited to check this one out because it's a clone of one of my favorite fragrances from YSL, number 6, Saint Sulpice. My favorite part has to be the first hour and a half. It's sweet, but it loses a lot of that sweetness, and that kind of fades away with time. So that's something I'm actually looking forward to see if this version actually holds on to that sweet element of the fragrance a little bit longer and it stays with it throughout the duration of the fragrance. It has this matte black finish on the bottom right here, and it looks very sturdy. What's more important is what's inside the bottle. Atomizer test real quick. Guys, that sprayer is really, really good. Very large volume that you get from each spray with this. It's crazy. You don't have to do many sprays of this. Just about 2 to 3 sprays of this fragrance would work very well. Whereas with this, you might spray a little bit more. And I'm just going to show you guys what I mean by that. And you also do get that magnetic cap on your YSL. You don't get a magnetic cap, you get a clip-on. I mean, I don't mind it because it's really about the juice. So I'm gonna spray this directly on skin. I'm not even gonna go on the tester strips because you don't really get to experience the fragrance the way it's gonna evolve in your skin. So I'm gonna do 2 sprays. I am going to spray the YSL on my right hand. The first thing I noticed when I sprayed it on my skin is it definitely has a lot more oil than YSL number 6. And if you guys can see, there's a little bit more sheen to it than right here. I'm gonna let both of them dry down a little bit. There are a couple differences between both fragrances. One thing I'm noticing is they don't smell exactly the same in the opening of the fragrance. This one smells a little bit sweeter, but it feels a little bit more airy. I'm getting something almost leather-like. In Thriller, I'm getting something that smells like burnt rubber, but it has some type of sweetness to it. Not exactly the same, I would say, in that initial opening. And the longer this sits on skin, this one slowly starts to mimic the YSL. But initially, when you just spray it, you don't get exactly the same things. The YSL gets to the point a little bit quicker than this, whereas this takes a little bit more time to reveal that same DNA that you get in the YSL. Do they smell the same? Absolutely not. But you still get that same feel that you get from YSL number 6 in this fragrance. It is there, it's just buried in. Most interesting part in both of the fragrances, which I really want to hone on in, is that mid and the dry down. I know for this one, in the dry down, you kind of get something that's more hay-like. It's sweet, but it loses a lot of that sweetness in the mid of the fragrance, and that kind of fades away with time. It definitely is a heavier winter fragrance, but it feels a little bit lighter than what you have from Thriller. With this, I know I've gotten about 6 to 8 hours of performance with this. From what I've heard, you can get like 10 hours, but I'll have to test it out for myself. With the YSL, you're looking at almost $400 on the fragrance. That's kind of a lot. This is $45. So at the end of the day, it just depends on what your budget is and what you're trying to do. Are you trying to save money? Are you trying to get the original thing? If you're one of those people who doesn't ever want to pay for clone fragrances and you just want to go directly for the designer brands, then hey, by all means, do your thing. But you can get between 85 to 95% close to the original. And in some cases, you get better performance. If I was in a situation where I had to choose between both fragrances and I was looking to save a little bit more money, I would go with Thriller as a very good alternative to YSL number 6 Saint Sulpice. Is it a very good clone of YSL number 6? I would say yeah. It's a very good interpretation of YSL number 6 with a twist, which is a little bit beefier and definitely has the performance to back it up. My personal preference would be both of them. I know it's crazy. I definitely will be layering both of the fragrances a lot because I do want to get the scent profile of YSL number 6, but I also want to extend the sweet elements of YSL number 6, which I can do with Thriller. I would get the best of both worlds, the freshness in this, that light, airy vibe, and I would also get the sweet elements of this, which I think is my favorite part of the YSL fragrance. However, I don't think now is the best time for me to wear this unless I'm going to an event when it's cooler outside. I think I would rock both of these more close to the evening. What would you do? Would you layer them? Would you try it with a leather-based fragrance as a layering option? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, my fellow novelist, fragrance is beautiful stuff. Peace.